What is happening, YouTube? First day of November, Clippers face against the Lakers, and this was a pure adrenaline rusher. The Clippers started off very dominant, but then they couldn't hold on to the lead, and then later on, the Lakers just took control, and it was a neck to neck. And unfortunately, the Clippers managed to lose the game. Unfortunately, um, many questionable calls, and just a disclaimer for non-Clippers fans over here, I'm gonna sound pretty biased, like I guess, but I felt there were many missed calls, especially Kawhi kind of got grabbed. Russell Westbrook, he tripped and kind of like tripped on LeBron's leg. I know it's not a dirty play, but that could have been called foul. I also felt Paul George swiping for the ball. I felt like that was kind of like a petty foul as well too. Another call was like Zubac contesting Cam Reddish. That was called foul in my opinion. That was just a good contest. So four missed calls in my opinion, but it's not just the refs, of course, because at the same time you don't want to just rely on the refs to always be perfect. Refs will always go against you at times. So at the same time, the team could have played better. I felt Ty Lue, he kind of went back to his last year ways this game, in my opinion. I felt like his rotations was not like good compared to the past three games, in my opinion. Um, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say. Okay, I'm trying to sum this up. Maybe I might give a benefit of doubt at the same time because maybe the way he made this rotation that way because he's just trying to gain the chemistry for everybody else, especially PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker, he played pretty subpar, but later on he kind of like clutched up a bit. But I think maybe he left PJ Tucker for so long because maybe he's just trying to like get him used to the team and all that. And who knows, maybe this could just be his bad game. But another like critical issue that I felt he could have done was instead of having Norman Powell play for overtime, I felt like should have been Bones Highland because Bones Highland he makes way tougher shots and he plays like a bit better defense. But Norman Powell he wasn't bad. He got and he does and I guess like to the other side favor who would rather have Norman Powell than Bones. Norman Powell he's better at drawing fouls, but Bones Highland overall he's better at getting buckets. Um, but I felt like should have rolled with Bones and um and the obvious. I would personally rather like have Diabate get like at least 10 minutes at least because I felt like he would have been key to kind of like contain the defense, especially like switchability and all that. So that's the obvious one, but I felt like there were two like uh main things that Ty Lue could have done. Hopefully Ty Lue coaches better than this for next game. Because like the first few games, it looked like Ty Lue coached pretty good. Like he looked like he shifted away from playing Marcus Morris. Hopefully it's not going to be like that with PJ Tucker. Like if PJ Tucker plays bad, he'll eventually stop playing him, give other guys like Kobe Brown minutes or Diabate minutes or or pretty much just like that, like Diabate or Kobe Brown or maybe just I don't know exactly, but that's just personally my opinion. But again, not too many power forwards, so I guess you could kind of semi-justify playing PJ Tucker, but it might just be his off game. So I might be overreacting PJ Tucker's first game. But anyways, let's get into the stats. Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Russell Westbrook. Let's give a round of applause to every single one of them. They showed up. They did whatever they could. They both played top-notch defense. Um, they did everything. They did everything they could. Of course, some haters are gonna try to bash on Russ for slipping and all that, and then missing a bit during overtime. But I will say, um, Russ was hustling. Russ was getting rebounds. Russ was getting assists. He was playing defense. So I do not want to hear any Russell Westbrook slander. Like, this man already got scapegoated so many times. Even I was one of the people like who criticized Russ, but now it's a whole different story. Like, I do not want to hear one slander of this man. This man took a pay cut. Um, he was balling out. He did his stuff. And Paul George, I don't want to hear anyone say he's not clutch. This man literally kept us in the game. Without Paul George, we would not have went to overtime. Kawhi Leonard, shout out to you as well. Could have made more shots in overtime, but he did amazing. Almost dropped 48 points. Zubac, in my opinion, he could have done better. Felt there were times when he could have got more rebounds and made more shots. He went 3 for 8, so it was a bad game on him. Bones Island, 2 for 7. But he got +8, 5 assists. Like his ball handling abilities. Rebounding was a bit low. Mason Plumlee got some rebounds, got 3 steals. Defense-wise, I was not the best. Austin Reeves definitely took advantage of his pick-and-roll defense. That's why I kind of opt for a guy like Diabate to get some of the minutes, because Diabate, he would have got 6 or maybe even more rebounds, but you get better defense. But I guess for now, if you're running with Plumlee, I guess it's not the end of the world, but eventually I'm still going to keep pushing for Diabate to get minutes, because you know how I am with younger players. Norman Powell, 35 minutes. He got 12 points, 0 for 4 from 3. Um, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. So he was better compared to like his first few games, because normally he struggles in the beginning of the season. Sometimes he has off games, but eventually he kind of pulls it through. Again, maybe I would have probably preferred seeing Highland during in the clutch, because Bones, I felt like he has a better shot creation ability. Like, he could have definitely helped us during the clutch, because man, the Clippers against the Lakers last year, it was kind of like just like this. But Bones, he pretty much helped put the nail in the coffin. That's why I kind of thought. That's why I kind of feel like Bones could have played a bit more in OT. But again, it's just one game, so things happens. Kobe Brown could have played like more minutes. I'm not gonna lie, I cannot really judge how Kobe Brown did, because I didn't see him play, because I was also watching the Rangers World Series. Let's get it. I cashed that money. Um, so again, my judgment's not really the best. But yeah, that's just my personal opinion. Um, Let me know what y'all think about PJ Tucker though. Um, do y'all think that PJ Tucker should be completely out of rotations, or maybe just give it like 2, 3, 4, 5 more games and then see what happens? Like, who knows? Like, how was PJ Tucker when he was with the 76ers? I didn't really watch him like too much. Like, you think like he's gonna have a way better game next game, or you think just completely keep him out of rotations? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Um, the Lakers, AD, he got a good double-double, 27 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steals. He missed. No, he didn't miss free throws. He did his thing. Made his free throws. Got some. Was pretty solid in general. LeBron James, I'm not gonna lie, he was amazing. Shout out to him. I know a lot of people don't like this man, which is, I guess for bias reasons, I understand. He was like pretty efficient from 3. He got a lot of rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steals. He was he really balled out. Um, Cam Reddish, another man who gets a lot of flack lately. Personally, I kind of have a soft spot for him. I kind of always liked Cam Reddish as a player. Um, Offense, he wasn't like perfect. He does like get like a dunk, and he got like 1 3. But offense, he wasn't really good. But defense is that's where his biggest strength is at. I felt like when Kawhi Leonard would miss shots, it was on Cam Reddish. I kind of like his ability to play defense, but eventually, of course, Kawhi and Paul George being a good player, they eventually found their ways to make a shot even when Cam Reddish was guarding him. Cam Reddish, he did foul Paul George. I mean, cannot really blame Cam Reddish because Paul George is just that good of a player. Um, so sometimes you might accidentally eventually foul him, but I think Cam Reddish did pretty solid. He kind of like set the tone at times too. He brings the momentum and all that. Um, so I think he's definitely like, at least from what I've seen from this game, is a pretty solid player. I heard a lot of people didn't really like what he did in the previous games. In my opinion, worst case scenario, I think Cam Reddish is kind of like more of like a Mo Harkless role, worst case scenario. But best case scenario, he's definitely a pretty solid wing defender. Not the best on offense, but on defense, um, he would definitely be there. D'Angelo Russell, he was cooking. He made some boneheaded plays, but other than that, he was like the third best scorer. Well, it's technically second, but 6 assists, 2 rebounds. Austin Reeves started off pretty slow, but later on he started making shots. Partially because the Clippers defense wasn't really the best. He also got 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals. Went to the free throw a lot. Christian Wood, I thought he got some nice dominating dunks. Got like 11 rebounds, and he hit like two threes. So he kind of made some clutch plays as well. Jackson Hayes got that one little technical foul for the dunk, but other than that, he was decent. Max Christie, wasn't really there on offense, but defense he wasn't too bad. But overall, this was a good game, and all bias aside, like this was a nice competitive game. Hopefully, like when the Clippers play in general, more games will be like this because I love a nice nail-biting game. Sucks that we didn't win, but you know, you win some, you lose some, and it was so due that the Clippers like beat the Lakers, but I meant the Lakers beat the Clippers because Clippers always been finding a way to beat the Los Angeles Lakers, but eventually the Lakers had to beat us, and unfortunately, this was the day. But you know, um, Clippers got Harden, and we don't play until Monday, so we have a lot of rest days. So that is pretty good to see. Um, and and man, one thing that's gonna suck on Monday though is it's going to be at the same time when the Clippers and the Chargers play, bro. So that's gonna be kind of hard for me to like watch the game fully because man, Harden's a Clipper, but at the same time, Chargers is primetime football, and that's gonna be a fairly good game too, because Chargers, they need to tighten up and get some wins, but man, I'll probably flip channels, and I don't know if I'll be able to make a video that day, but man, Harden with the Clippers, that's gonna be pretty interesting. But anyways, let me know what you think about the Clippers versus the Lakers. I thought it was a pretty close game. But anyways, that's the end of the video. Take care. Thank y'all really much for tuning in, and peace.